All right, we're here with Kam Kinchens, safety, University of Miami. And Rick, I know you're excited to talk about Kam, and I think it's for the same reasons that I love the way he plays. Rick uses a saying, he plays with his hair on fire. I think that pertains to the way Kam played last season.
Yes, he does, and just phenomenal watching you on tape. But just wanted to get started with you. Why do you think you should be the #1 safety coming off the board this year?
My ball production, first off. You know, some people probably had more picks than me overall, but what I did in 2 years, you know, nobody else in the class did. So, and I think I bring everything to the table. You know, I can go out there and cover tight ends, cover slots. I could go in the box and be in your run support, and then I could play the post exceptional. So,
can you tell us what's the biggest strength of your game, and what do you think you need to work on to be successful at the next level?
I think my instincts. You know, not having too many bad plays on tape. You know, my average is kind of, you know, good, and I have splash plays in there. I think the thing I can work on the most is probably open field tackling. You know, most people might say I do it well, but, you know, it's a room of improvement. You're the last line of defense. You can't let nothing get behind you.
So what do you enjoy more if you're playing deep safety? Pass breakup on a deep post one-on-one, or if you're coming downhill and you're blowing up the running back? What makes you feel better?
Well, I don't like pass breakers. I like catching picks. You know,
that's why I didn't want to say interception. That's why I wanted to make it a little tougher for you.
If the ball there, you know, I'm trying to pick the ball off. But it'll probably be catching a pick, because, you know, I'm trying to get the ball back to the offense so they can score some more points. But, you know, pass breakup or making a tackle, I think making the tackle, you know.
Just blowing up the running back coming downhill.
Yeah.
Okay.
Do you think that sets the tone for the stadium, for your team, when you make a big hit coming up?
And it let the running back know, you know, you're not the biggest guy here. You know, I'm coming to show you too. So.
All right, Rick and I talked a lot about you in the fall. I want to ask you about the UNC game. And my memory's a little foggy, but I know that Tez Walker ran a post and scored a touchdown. Were you in coverage on that play or no?
The one looked, I don't know if we were trying to determine whether it was a busted coverage or were you supposed to have
big post?
Yeah.
It was in the red zone, I think.
No, that's a different one then.
Okay.
In the red zone, no, I was doubling 3. So.
Okay.
So was it you?
No.
Okay. What about Drake May facing him? How was that?
Great. You know, when you look everywhere, you know, one of the top-rated quarterbacks in the country, so there's always a great opportunity to go against them.
When you're studying these quarterbacks and you played against some good quarterbacks, how do you get prepared for those guys? Because the one thing that shows up on tape, especially with routes in front of you, is your anticipation skills, and that's why you have so much ball production. But as you get prepared during the week to face these quarterbacks, and you're going to see some of these guys playing in the NFL, what is the secret or the key ingredient for a safety to get ready for a quarterback like a Drake May?
First, it depends on your scheme. You know, what y'all do a lot. You know, y'all want to drop back and man a lot, you want to drop back and zone a lot, or you're going to send a lot of pressure. So you got to kind of find those plays that kind of fit your scheme against that quarterback, so you know what he does when that play comes up. So if he's in man, you know, and you got a one high, he might try to look you off to go to where you actually want to go. Then, you know, you got some quarterbacks that fear pressure, to where when they sense pressure or see it about to come, they're going to set go, and they're going to go automatically to where they want to go at. Or they, you know, if it's a 3-by-1 and, you know, you have a backside corner, they love going to the backside. So it's like simple stuff to where what you're going to do in these scenarios. And it's always about, you don't want to watch it in the whole detail, because your defense don't do everything the other defense did. So you want to, you know, kind of key in on what y'all do similar and what the quarterback did to that defense.
I want to ask you, sort of related to what Rick just asked you, when you get to the league in a few months now, what quarterback are you most interested in going up against? And not a PBU, but intercepting when you have that opportunity. Who's at the top of the list?
Aaron Rodgers and Pat Mahomes, probably. Yeah.
Aaron Rodgers got a couple of mentions. Yesterday we talked.
So what I'm assuming is a AFC East team doesn't draft you, then you don't want to go there because you may not play against Aaron Rodgers? Or
Nah, I'm all good. Wherever I get an opportunity.
Don't put words in Cam's mouth.
I always do. I put words in his mouth all the time.
All right, Rick, do you want to ask Cam another question before we go to the social media part of the interview here that Steve-O has us doing?
If there's one defensive safety you watch in the league that said, man, I wish I was that guy, or I want to be that guy, or I think I'm going to be that guy, which safety do you think your game resembles the most?
Probably Antonio Winfield or Micah Hyde.
So he's known Antonio Winfield since Antonio was in high school, because he played with his son in Minnesota.
He's everywhere. You can see him in the box. Like when I watch his film, you can see him in the box one play, you can see him in the slot one play, you can see him in the post. And he's so active and communicating, and he's going to get the ball, you know. And he's one of those people punching the ball out, stripping the ball, you know, making big hits, going to make picks. So love watching.
So Rick, is Cam's bigger than Antoine, right?
Yes.
Yeah. Is he faster?
Are you faster? I don't know.
I don't know.
I watched him play on.
We'll find out in a couple days. All right, so maybe this is the same answer. If so, you can just say it. But if there's another guy growing up that was your football GOAT, that's not necessarily a safety.
Ed Reed.
Oh,
Ed Reed?
okay. You know what's funny? Yesterday we talked to a bunch of edge rushers, and we have 2 Troy Polamalu fans out of the edge rushers, which I thought that was fun. Ed Reed and Troy. Ed was drafted in 2002. Troy was drafted in 2003. They're both in the Hall of Fame for obvious reasons. All right, Rick, I'm just going to ask you something we do for social media here. We want you to build the ultimate defensive back. So I'm going to give you a category, and you tell me which player, past or present, fits that role that makes the perfect defensive back.
Now, this is going to test your mental quickness.
Okay.
So I can see it on the field, but can you ask these really tough questions that we're going to be throwing your way?
It could be anybody.
Anybody, yeah. I mean, not The Rock, but someone who plays football. So, all right. So, we'll say ultimate safety, the positions you play. Size.
Derwin James.
Aduro, okay. All right. He's off to a good start. Speed.
You can't really tell who fast, so it could be anybody. Micah Hyde.
Micah Hyde, that's perfect. All right. Strength.
Strength. I'll still go Derwin.
Derwin again, okay. All right. Ball hawking.
Ed Reed.
That's an easy one. Toughness.
Sean Taylor.
That's a great one. Football IQ.
Ed Reed.
That's when you say Kam Kinchens. That's a Kam Kinchens answer.
I could have said Kam Kinchens for a bunch of them.
That's the right answer. Kam, thank you so much for joining us here at CBS Sports HQ. Good luck this week, and we are looking forward to seeing you next year in the NFL.
Thank you.